Hey everyone, I'm working to hit 1,000 subscribers and I need your help to get there. If you enjoy this content, please hit that subscribe button right now.
If you blinked, you missed it, because baseball news is now moving at the speed of a stolen base with a pitch-out called too late. This story begins quietly, almost politely, before exploding into one of the most chaotic stretches of roster movement we've seen in years. And by the time it's finished, entire fanbases are left staring at their screens wondering how everything changed so quickly. Welcome back to the Blue Jays Report, where we don't just tell you what happened, we tell you why it matters and why it feels like the ground is shifting beneath Major League Baseball itself. Because this news was still hot enough to burn fingertips, it makes sense to start with Bo Bichette before diving into the Kyle Tucker shockwave and the surprisingly intricate Gavin Lux and Josh Lowe domino effect. The Mets, fresh off missing out on Kyle Tucker, did not sulk, did not hesitate, and certainly did not panic. Instead, they pivoted with the calm precision of a franchise that knows exactly where it sits in the baseball food chain. Plan A fails, Plan B is already warming up, and Plan C is checking into the hotel. This is how modern front offices operate, and the Mets made it painfully clear they were not about to be left holding nothing. That pivot landed squarely on Bo Bichette, and the contract itself tells a story before he even steps into the batter's box. 3 years, $126 million, with opt-outs layered throughout like escape hatches on a submarine. This isn't security, this is a wager. It mirrors the Alex Bregman deal in spirit, but not in scale, and certainly not in annual value. $42 million per year is not just a salary, it's a statement that Bo is betting on Bo, and the Mets are more than happy to let him roll the dice. Of course, this also means a positional identity crisis arrives the moment the ink dries. Francisco Lindor is the Mets' shortstop, full stop. He's the defensive anchor, the emotional leader, and one of the most complete players of his generation. So Bichette, a shortstop by trade and instinct, will have to reinvent himself. Third base beckons, the designated hitter spot looms, and workload management becomes a quiet but crucial subplot. That knee will be watched like a ticking clock, because at $42 million a year, every step matters. Yet when it comes to the bat, the Mets are getting something wonderfully chaotic. Bo Bichette is a hitter who defies logic and occasionally annoys pitching coaches into existential dread. He swings at pitches that look like optical illusions, makes contact where contact shouldn't exist, and somehow walks away with another line drive. This isn't hype, it's pattern recognition across years of data. A career batting average flirting with .300, spray charts that look like abstract art, and power that creeps up on you when you least expect it. 20-plus home runs, a mountain of doubles, and just enough base-stealing instinct to punish hesitation. Slot him behind Lindor and Juan Soto, and suddenly the Mets 1-3 feels like a dare to the rest of the league. It rivals anyone, yes, even the Dodgers, and that's before the depth pieces come into play. Marcus Semien, Jorge Polanco, Francisco Alvarez, and a rotating cast of young talent create a lineup that doesn't just threaten, it suffocates. The Mets have lost familiar faces, Pete Alonso and Edwin Diaz chief among them, along with Brandon Nimmo and Jeff McNeil, but what they've built feels less sentimental and more ruthless. This level of activity almost guarantees ripple effects elsewhere, and suddenly Cody Bellinger's market tightens. The Yankees hold leverage, the Mets lurk as a wild card, and everyone else watches cautiously. It's a reminder that one aggressive franchise move can tilt the balance for half the league. Before we rocket into Los Angeles, it's only fair to pause and look north, because Blue Jays fans are living through a complicated emotional cocktail right now. Losing Bo Bichette hurts, there's no way around it. But clarity has arrived. Andrés Giménez becomes the unquestioned shortstop, and the Kazuma Okamoto signing now looks prescient rather than cautious. The lineup remains formidable, money remains available, and the pivot has yet to reveal itself. That unanswered question is almost as intriguing as any signing. Let me know in the comments where you think Toronto turns next, and while you're there, make sure you like and subscribe to the Blue Jays Report, because this story is far from finished. Then it happened. Kyle Tucker is a Los Angeles Dodger, and the baseball world collectively sighed, groaned, and laughed in disbelief all at once. This move feels inevitable in hindsight, but shocking in real time. The Dodgers cleared money with surgical precision. Clayton Kershaw's retirement freed massive payroll space. Short-term deals expired. The books opened, and the Dodgers did what the Dodgers do best when opportunity knocks. 4 years, $240 million, with deferrals woven into the fabric of the deal like a familiar refrain. On paper it looks outrageous, but in practice it's another example of Los Angeles understanding both player psychology and financial mechanics. They bend where others refuse, and players remember that. Opt-outs, suites for family, deferred structures, all of it adds up to an environment stars actively choose. The Mets pushed hard. Others circled. But Tucker chose the Dodgers, and with it, joined a lineup that already felt unfair. His resume justifies every penny. A Gold Glove caliber defender, elite plate discipline, power that borders on generational, and a baseball IQ that allows him to steal bases without elite speed. Since 2021, his offensive production places him among the very best, and his 2024 pace hinted at an MVP season waiting to happen. Put him alongside Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts, and Freddie Freeman, and suddenly the Dodgers' top 5 feels like something created in a video game with the sliders pushed too far. It's dominance layered upon dominance, and the league knows it. This move didn't just strengthen Los Angeles, it challenged baseball's competitive balance conversation all over again. We'll save the full rant about deferrals, luxury tax redistribution, and whether this system is sustainable for tomorrow's video, because trust me, that discussion deserves its own spotlight. Make sure you're subscribed to the Blue Jays Report, because you won't want to miss it. As if that weren't enough, a quieter but fascinating 3-team trade unfolded involving the Angels, Rays, and Reds. The Angels land Josh Lowe, a player whose 2023 breakout hinted at stardom. A towering frame, deceptive speed, and across-the-board production made him one of the most intriguing talents in the game. Injuries derailed the momentum, but the upside remains tantalizing. If health cooperates, this could be a shrewd move that pays off handsomely. Tampa Bay welcomes Gavin Lux, a player still searching for post-injury equilibrium. At second base, his instincts, plate discipline, and defensive potential shine brightest. The Rays are betting on recovery and refinement, a gamble they've historically mastered. Add in a promising pitching prospect, and this move feels quietly on brand. Cincinnati, meanwhile, reinforces its bullpen with Brock Burke, a ground ball specialist rediscovering form. It's not flashy, but it's effective, and those are the moves that win divisions in August rather than headlines in January. To round things out, Willie Castro heads to Colorado, a low-risk, versatile addition with just enough upside to intrigue. Sometimes the smallest moves quietly matter the most. And there it is, a whirlwind tour through a baseball landscape that refuses to stand still. If you enjoyed the pace, the detail, and the perspective, do me a favor and like, share, and subscribe to the Blue Jays Report. Tomorrow's discussion might be the most heated yet, because we're asking the question everyone's thinking but few are saying out loud. Did the Dodgers just change baseball forever?